Alrighty, you guys, so we are out here today. I've got a buzzbait with me in case I see a bass blow up, but I've also got this little white ultra finesse worm. I've already caught one fish this morning on a green pumpkin ultra finesse worm, wacky rig just like this. Fishing my little ultralight small 1/32, I think it is, 1/32 or 1/64 ounce jig head. Basically the same jig heads that I use with the 1.3 tadpoles, but with a little wacky rig worm on it, because I'm crazy and love to do crazy things like this. A lot of people would probably think I am crazy for fishing a rig like this, but it works, so why not? I already caught one fish on it today. Had it on video, but nothing else happened in the video. There's a good bass. Oh boy. Oh, he threw it, darn it. I watched him come up and grab it. That was a good one, probably a 2-pounder, but he threw it, so. I guess I can give you guys a little bit of tips and tricks on how I like to fish this rig. How I typically fish this is how I've always fished wacky rig worms like this. Is you cast it out, especially with like a white or something like this where you can really see it well. Or if you're in clear water and you're using like a green pumpkin or a black or like a purplish color or something like that, you can see the worm really well. What I've always done, and it has worked quite well for me, that's what I was doing right there, that's what I was doing with the first fish that I caught this morning, is you basically just cast it out and you let it sink. Oh, there's a fish on it, darn it. I let it drop. That gave me a freaking heart attack, goodness. Scared me. Was not ready for it. But basically how you fish it is you cast it out and you let it sink until you can't see the bait anymore, and then as soon as you can't see it, you pop it back up to where you can see it. Dang it, another fish grabbed it right there. I don't know if that's a bass, it might be just a big bluegill or a hybrid, but I'm gonna keep messing with it until it gets the hook. Nope, it's a bass. Come here, bud. Oh, it's a good one too. Better one. Where are we gonna land it at? I guess we can try to land it right here. Got him hooked kind of decent. Not perfect, but kind of decent. Come here. Come here. Oh, got him. There he is, folks. And there we go. On the white ultra finesse worm. I knew there was a fish there. I just had to get him to eat the worm and get the hook. Even though I just had him hooked right in that little spot right there on the corner, he wasn't going to come off because it was buried in there pretty good. Nice one right there. Alrighty. Nice. 3 minutes into the video and I already got a fish catch. I'm pretty happy with that. But yeah, like I said, basically how I've been fishing it is you just cast it out, let it sink until you can't see it, and once you can't see it anymore, hop it up until you can see it pretty well, and then let it sink back down, and you just keep doing that, repetitive motions, just like that. And for whatever reason, it works quite well. I've caught a lot of fish using this rig like this. Works really well with this 4-inch ultra finesse worm, I think mainly because of the fact that it is a square bodied worm. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that on the worm. I'm sure if any of you guys have ever bought the bait, you probably have noticed it, but unless you've seen it in person, it's kind of hard to tell in pictures with any bait really, unless you have like a super high quality camera, which I do not. I'm not that rich. I'm not rich at all. Maybe one day I'll save up for a big fancy camera where I can upload really good videos. Then people might actually watch them. But if you guys look, it's kind of a squared shape. It's got a flat bottom and 2 flat sides, and then the top of it's rounded. kind of like a square shape, but like kind of not in the same sense. It's rounded at one side, but it's squared off on the other three sides, so it's kind of like a squared up worm. And it has a really good action, wacky rigged. It would probably work a little bit better. It'd probably have a lot more action to it if I was using a little bit bigger jig head, but I like it with a light jig head. It makes it super duper slow when it falls, and it gives that fish a lot of time to bite. Pitch it up next to that grass and see if I can get one to bite right there. No bites. That's where I had about a 2-pounder come off in the last video. I don't think I had that on this video. Might have, I can't really remember. Had about a 2-pounder come off right over there by that grass. I don't remember if I caught that in this video or in the last one. I can't really remember. I guess I'll find out. But something like I was saying the other day in one of my videos is, this is a great pond fishing rig. I've caught a whole bunch of fish on it. Fish love to eat it. It's a great bait. I've caught a whole bunch of fish. Ooh, something just grabbed it. They missed it though. I seen a little flash. It might have been a bluegill. Could have been a bluegill. Ooh, what is that? That looks like a giant bluegill bed or something. What is in the world? There's some sort of a bed right over there. Really big, whatever it is. If it's a bluegill, it must be a giant bluegill. I gotta do a little investigating here, because that is a weird looking bed for being right now. I can't really see it from here. That's kind of weird though. Bluegill and bass all should be done spawning right now. I've seen bluegill bed this time of year, but I've never really thought it was normal, because usually around here bluegill stop bedding in like June. But I've seen them spawn in July before. I caught one of the biggest bluegill of my life fishing in mid-July. I think it was like July 14th. Bed fishing with bluegill, or for bluegill. But I don't know, that's kind of weird. It's a really big bed. If it is a bluegill bed, it must be a really good sized bluegill. I'm not seeing much activity back here. I seen one fish move right as I walked up, but that's about it. I haven't seen any other fish move. Just kind of odd. Figured with this low light conditions, there's a bass. Stay out of the grass, come on. Or stay out of the tree. Come on, come on, come on, come on up here. Don't spit the worm. Or don't throw the worm, you know what I mean. Oh, you little brat. Quit it. There we go. Another one. Right there. Look at how I had him hooked. Can you guys see how I barely even had him hooked? But since it's a summertime like this, and the fish have got such like soft, almost like raw meat skin, that hook is not going to come out of there very easily. There it goes. That hook gets in them and it doesn't like to come out. There's another one. Nice little, probably 10-inch fish, maybe an 11-inch fish. Right as I was saying that there might not be any fish back here, I seen him come up and grab that worm, which was pretty cool. But yeah, that's really weird. You guys might be able to see it. It's kind of, there's a ring right there. Hopefully it'll be able to, y'all will be able to see it on the video, because for whatever reason YouTube likes to make my videos completely trash quality, even though when I watch them on my phone, they're perfectly fine. Hopefully you guys will be able to watch it and see that ring, because I mean it is a really big bed. I'd say it's probably I'd say it's about 1.5 feet across. Had a fish grab that worm, I thought. I'd say it's about 1.5 foot across. It's a pretty darn big bed if it's a bluegill bed. Even if it was a bass bed, that'd be pretty good sized. Huh, thought I heard something. Huh. Well, I think I caught 2 fish in this video, 2 or 3, I can't really remember, but hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something about throwing a wacky rigged ultra finesse worm like this. It's definitely one of my favorite baits to throw because it just catches a bunch of fish. You can rig it in a ton of different ways. Wacky rigged, Texas rigged, Carolina rigged. There's a really freaking good dadgummit, that was a really good bass that bit that worm. Okay then. That was a really good one. That was like a 2.5, 3 pounder. All I seen was its head, and that was a big old bass head is what that was. Maybe we'll just make one more cast here. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I hope you guys did enjoy learning. I hope you guys did learn something in this video, because fishing these little wacky rig worms like this can be a ton of fun. I've caught tons and tons of fish on them. Some days where it looks like it's perfect, like today, it looks like it'd be perfect for a buzzbait or a wacky rig, like I was saying. A buzzbait or even a frog or a swim bait or something like that. You can't get them to eat it. Throw this little wacky rig worm and you will definitely catch fish. This is one of those guarantee baits. I like to call them guarantee baits because anytime you throw it, you're pretty much guaranteed to catch something. Whether it's a giant bluegill, a big bass, little bass, whatever. You're almost guaranteed to catch it. So, hope you guys enjoy this video. I think that's about everything. Bye.